The shift in your own openness to your soul connection and to trusting in your own divinity has changed many aspects of your experience, and it has profoundly, lately, affected your mood and your experience of conflict. You find yourself increasingly triggered by others around you, and many of you are awakening with just an incredible sense of sadness or depression that seems unexplainable. Simultaneously, the energies of this month are presenting an enormous invitation to release and let go of what no longer fits, and you, many of you, are going out to meet this invitation with a willingness that is astonishing. So strong and courageous you are. And yet these difficult feelings are persisting, and as such your experience has been, increasingly a challenge. Today I wish to talk a bit about how unity consciousness is working in your experience to create these feelings, and what perspective will be liberating and put you not back but forward into a more sustained state of joy, love, and exhilaration. First, let's celebrate. Smile. The inner workings of your connection to all that is are increasingly unbridled, and you are able to notice the incoming sense of alignment impulses from the omniverse, with which you are one, and increasingly with which you are harmonizing and blending. This is an enormous shift in your experience of wholeness. And much freedom comes from this as you are able to further align with your own inner sense of things, continually extracting your focus from the completed hologram, which you are creating continually, to instead be in the now, the point of power and creativity, and orient to your emerging inner vision, what feels good next. You are increasingly facile in realizing that the current experience is only the manifestation as you know of a previous, freely created and released creation idea point of view. The freedom with which you released and trusted in this new, delightful idea, is what of course creates the experience without a hitch. What a shift in experience to learn more directly and more rapidly from your own experience how what you feel becomes form, and then to receive. Experience the form you create and then choose more. Decide, from this new vista, what feels good next. Woo! What a blissed out experience that is! And some say that bliss should not be the agenda. How amazing is that? As I was saying, my beloved ones, you amazing beings of love and light, is it more difficult of late to be alone? More difficult to be in the orbit of your own energy as energies from beyond your experience are flowing into your experience. Seemingly with no explanation there is heaviness, or an unexplainable moodiness in your day. Why is this? If you create your own reality, then why are you experiencing these things which you feel are not in alignment with your vibration? The answer is twofold. 1. Is that you are increasingly sensitive to the energetic dynamics in your experience, and as such you now know more clearly what the energy is of your own particular unique earth-focused perspective is generally like, and 2. You are no longer connected only to your own vibration. You have allowed yourself increasingly to merge with all that is, and the reality is that the vibration from your own particular unique earth-focused perspective is not the only vibration you are experiencing. You are the creator of your own experience. Still and always. Semantically and ironically, however, the you in question is changing. The you that creates your life is, as you increasingly ascend energetically and more consciously, includes a collective you in the blend or the mix of your experience. You are more and more a being that functions not only from your own informed point of focus as a human being living on the planet Earth. You also experience direct, meaning you are aware of it, input from the soul group energies which you are reacquainting yourself with both at sleep and while awake, and you are also consciously connected, increasingly, to the planetary unified field which includes the whole of the Earth energies. And until the Earth complete shifts into its intended new space, this includes energies that are still largely informed by duality and have not yet transcended this by amalgamating polarity and embracing contrast in a unity consciousness. Let me explain more simply. There are many platforms, many vistas of consciousness. I use the word vista because from each point of vibration, there is a perspective, a way that things are seen, and from their choices made about what within the view or beyond the view, is where you choose to focus your sight and move toward. Naturally, it has typically in your experience on Earth been very challenging to focus your sight beyond that which you can currently see. Believing you can get there becomes a matter of focus and alignment. It has typically been far easier to choose a destination which is in view. Take many smaller steps, choose more, as I have said before. Now you have moved through much iteration in your evolving consciousness and are experiencing and orienting more and more around a blissful space where you allow love to flow through you. You allow love to radiate from you. You simply are love. You recognize that all is one, and that the separation of each is indeed an aspect of the whole, but you see and know at the same time that this unique aspect which exists is simply a point within the entire whole, and all is one, all is connected, all is moving as an entire energy field, despite all appearances. You are moving past the illusions of the third dimension in which many of you experienced everything as separate and outside of you, for a lot of your experience. You have expanded the blissful feeling of one that you knew in some areas, some moments of experience, into a more comprehensive way of knowing. Let us pause for one beautiful and profound moment in acknowledgement of this amazing aspect of your ascension, which is for many of you now your reality. Smile. We applaud you for making this shift. It is such a challenge from physical form in your planetary experience to shift to this felt sense of the one in a more sustained way. You have allowed yourselves to open to the available energies and thus the corresponding perspectives that are entering and now well anchored in your planet. Please now imagine an incredible soaring melody along with fireworks and the like. Something thunderous and explosive. For that is the perspective we have on all this, and I wish you to feel it. Smile. We support you in amplifying this experience anytime you ask us and delight in being called upon, as another aspect of you of all that is to participate in your endeavors. Thank you for including us. All that is enriched and enjoys your journey. Yes. It's true, we are awed and inspired by you. As you continue to evolve your understanding of experience. As you move toward a more whole and connected mode of being, as this becomes more frequently your way of orienting and perceiving experience, there is then, openness to all that is. There is still, however, a blending of energies, and you move up and down between dimensions as you continue to integrate the higher vibrating energies and expand your awareness. As such, you exist in the third, the fourth, and the fifth dimensional energies, or a mix thereof depending on your focus and allowing. In the fourth dimension things can be pulled apart and examined, but also blended. In it lies the awareness of unity consciousness. Still, it is a choice, if you wish to blend your energies or not. The choice is yours. Blending is a powerful experience as blending creates love. You learn to appreciate the other, and there is a sense of both love and compassion as a result. All of this is to clarify that even though you have begun to expand your experience of unity consciousness, your shift between these dimensions and point of view, and at this time most of you are not largely entirely in any one dimension. This knowledge of the different dimensions, along with the experimentation of blending knowing of the unified whole and feeling it with others as a way of experiencing and being love, this has yielded more conscious awareness of the energies within the whole than there was when you thought all was separate. When you were primarily oriented in a duality perspective, even in those times, you still were aware of these energies, but you thought they were about you when you felt them. You looked for problems and things to explain them. You amplified them by digging up in your own experience something which you felt wasn't right and assigned these feelings to that experience in a way which is often called blame, and then you had understanding and there was a sense and a knowing that your experience which arose from these icky feelings was indeed of your own making. Now, this is not typically how it goes for you.